So yeah, the game's just finished, hasn't it? And yeah, if there's one game that I've picked that we've not gone to because we're away on holiday, it's today's game. It's finished Brighton and Hove Albion 6, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. It could have been more. Brighton had so many opportunities. You know, I'm going to come to you first, Stan, before I start talking about that, you know, and getting into it. You know, your thoughts after that?
Depressing one. I mean, to watch it and see the missed passes in the first sort of 10-15 minutes, not getting the ball to the man is diabolical. Every passage, whereas when he gets to the man, it just bounces off him. That's not Premier League football.
Not Premier League football. No. I mean, he uses words: diabolical, embarrassing, pathetic. Yeah. Useless. I mean, there's so many words you can use to describe that. You know, I'm not even angry. I've gone kind of like, I'm just like, you know, at the end of the day, Brighton, let's put it into context first of all. Lopetegui said Brighton are the best footballing team in the world, and it seemed to me like the team went out there to prove that Lopetegui was right, that Brighton are the best footballing team in the world, because we made them look like, you know, they were the best footballing team in the world, and they are a great footballing team. This Brighton team is where Wolves should be aiming to be. They are fantastic. You know, the way they play football, it is brilliant. The way they interchange, it's fantastic. They are a great side, make no mistakes. But you do not go and surrender a game within the first 15 minutes of the game like we did. We had a chance, I said it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a chance after about 30 seconds. I don't know who it was that tried to flick it with the outside of their foot. There's an overlap on the right-hand side. Instead of passing it with the left foot, we lost. That was it. That was the highlight of the game. They defended. And then Matheus Nunes, £42 million. He scored an absolute wonder goal, probably goal of the season. He's a really top quality, talented player. He was absolutely dreadful today. Everything he touched turned to slush. Passing the ball, losing the ball. The second goal, he loses the ball. You know, they're breaking. You know, there's a player that runs across, an overlap, they finish. It was too easy. You give this Brighton team a 2-goal start at the beginning of the game. Their confidence up at the game. You know, they didn't need it. The producer said she wanted us to come and park the bus and hit them on the break. We didn't even get off the bus for the first half. We were like a bag of chips on Brighton Pier. The seagulls just picking us off on. Oh, Stan.
Yeah, calm down, David.
We were like a bag of chips on Brighton Pier that the seagulls were picking us off.
But they say it's only a game.
It's only a game. It's only a commercial.
We didn't turn up for a game.
We didn't turn up for the game at all. No. I've never that worst performance under Lopetegui.
Yeah, worst. I've been going 5 years now. That's the worst performance I've seen. Absolutely terrible.
And Lopetegui must be throwing teacups and teapots and everything that's at half time.
Well, he's certainly sort of not going to. You know, they say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Well,
the bathwater, the bath's gone. Everything's gone. It was calamity. You know, we changed to a back three the second half. We did only lose the second half 1-0. You know, Collins passes it to them straight away. That's 6-0. You know, it could have been more, and if it had been more, I remember watching Wolves lose to to Southampton 6-0. They only had 6 shots. Wolves were brilliant that day, and we lost 6-0. We were thinking we were going to win 7-6. You know, I mean, how can you sum that up? Look, at the end of the day, it's a disastrous performance. It's an embarrassing performance. Any team on any given day can lose by that amount. I mean, you look at United, lost to Brentford. You know what Villa did to Liverpool last year. Liverpool beat Man United 7-0. Any team can lose by that amount. And Brighton are a fantastic team. They've had a great season. You know, they were unlucky not to get to the FA Cup final. They're brilliant. And we have been fantastic. Our away form has been absolutely dreadful this season. You know, we go over and away pretty much every game. We've seen the Everton comeback win 2-1 last minute. We saw the Southampton was great. Other than that, there's no away highlights at all. All those Wolves fans that have travelled down and spent good money to watch this team against Brighton this weekend. I know the Southampton board gave the Tottenham board gave the Tottenham fans the money back. They probably should do the same for the Wolves fans, because it was game over at half time.
Look like fans leaving round about the
they were probably going to get a pile of points.
20-25 minutes, and you think like they should be there supporting the team, but like you've got to have a team to support it. And today there wasn't a team. They didn't look congealed together, and you go like spatial awareness, like where Brighton players are. Even Zaha, some of his antics, which I've said before, so like
give it to him. He made two great saves the other night.
His job is to stop the ball going at the back of the net and then get rid of it. But when we was up the field, you get the back passes again, and Brighton are the team then. Oh great, they're just running back into their own half. We'll follow them, We can have another go at the goal.
I don't mind the football at the back as long as it creates something. But like when we're panicking, like what we're doing, and we were panicking,
with Brighton.
And continue. Well, you can do it if you're good. If you're a Man City or someone like that, and you've got that quality to play out, maybe you can. Yeah. But like Wolves, we're not there yet. Let's just put this into context. Lopetegui's come in. We had 10 points after 15 games when Bruno Lage went. We've got 37 now. He got 27 in 18 games. Improvement's fantastic. This is a team in transition. We see good bits, we see good bad bits. We've seen a couple of complete performances. We see 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. We've seen a dreadful performance today. This is going to happen when a team's under transition. He brought different players in today. It didn't work. We gave him a head start. But this is phase one. The summer is going to be massive for Wolves. Lopetegui's got to change the team, get rid of the deadwood, whatever. Build a team that's going to do much more consistent next year. Our home form's been good. Our away form's been bad. Forest were beating Brentford up until the 80-something minute. They've lost 2-1 at the end. That's good for us. We're going to be safe. We will be safe. We'll get a reaction next week against Villa, I'm sure, a local derby. Villa are, fantastic this year under Emery. They're good, but it's a local derby at home. And Brighton are a bogey side.
Let's say some bad decisions by the manager, but today it was just bad decisions all round. They just weren't up to it.
Well, you can pray that maybe Lopetegui got some things wrong today. I think he's found a lot about his team today.
All of them didn't manage it at all. They got no concept of what they were doing.
Yeah, there was no team. No. They tried to keep playing football, and we kept making the same mistakes. We kept getting. Brighton can do that for you. They kept trying. Okay, but like at the end of the day, you got to write it off. That's dreadful. If it happened again next week, that would be bad. But like we've got to get a reaction next week against the Villa game. It's awful today. It is. Your performance rating first of all.
Going to be really nasty 3.
You're going to give it a 3. You're going to give it as much as a 3. Nasty. It's a bloody well 0.5 is what it is. It's that bad. I'm giving them 0.5 because they didn't get off the bus. I can't give it any more than that. It was dreadful. 3. Not nasty. You are like being incredibly generous with a 3. You don't deserve a 3.
Do you not think so?
No, 0.5. And I'd give it a 0 if I could, but I've got to give them 0.5 because they carried on playing and stuff. It was bad. I'll give 10s. That was a 0.5. Absolutely useless. Terrible performance. There's not a lot you can say. Yeah, they're embarrassed. It's a diabolical performance. It's a 0.5. You sticking with your 3?
I don't know whether to now because you might get on to me. No, I'd say a 3 because they had to go at times, but all right. You say a 0.5. Yeah, I'll go with that. I wouldn't argue with it.
I'm not asking you to argue. But you're going to stick with your 3. You're going to drop it down a little bit.
We'll go 1.5.
1.5. Okay, 1.5. Your LEAMORE Windows man of the match.
Oh God!
If you can give one.
Yeah. Well, you know what your dad would say, don't you?
What?
I can't think of one.
I can't think of one. Do you know what? I'm struggling today. The only one that comes out for me with any real credit today is Pedro Neto. He started. He was trying to make something happen. I don't know whether you can give a man of the match for today at all. Pedro Neto is probably. I mean, I'm looking forward to the player ratings, what they're going to be. Jesus, man of the match today, the coach driver. Yeah. Probably getting them there. That's about as good as I can get.
Yeah. Like you say, they pinched the chips.
The chips, bag of chips on the beach.
Basically, they did a doo-doo.
You know what they said?
They did a doo-doo on us.
You know what? They did more than a lot of doo-doos. Them seagulls, literally doo-dooed on us. You know what they said? They're on the beach. They said Brighton's on the beach. I feel like the players that were on the beach today.
You think they went on holiday instead of to play a football match?
Brighton aren't on the beach. Fair play if you're a Brighton fan. I hope you've class team, absolutely brilliant side. Can't fault it. Brilliant. Wolves, rubbish today, but we're going to be safe, guys. We've got to be pragmatic. It was bad today. We said how it is, and
it's done. It's dusted. Next game, get behind them again, lift them up. Yeah.
He'll get a reaction for Villa. We'll get a reaction for Villa, and the arbit's pretty much been done, and there will be a reset. You're going to get these performances. Take it on the chin. Happy days. We're going to go and get a drink. Yeah. We're going to enjoy the rest of our holiday, and the international fan reaction will obviously be out. We will be doing, of course, the extra time as well on Sunday evening, so stay tuned for that. Yeah. From myself and Sensational, I'm just thinking about my dad now.
If you've got time long enough, you could watch for the goals and back in the day, couldn't you?
I'd tell you what, Magic, Dad, back home watching this. God knows what he'd have to say, be thingy. But we love you, and we'll be back soon. But from me and Sensation, to you and yours,
always Wolves.
Always Wolves. Even today.
Yeah.